What is going on, guys? JTGily back with another video, and today's video is going to be super fun and also super important for all of us because today we're going to be talking about how to prepare for Pokemon Go Fest 2020. We're going to be talking about a bunch of important things today, especially what to do in preparation leading up to Pokemon Go Fest, what to do on game day, what the game's going to be like, what the gameplay is going to be, what to do after Pokemon Go Fest Day 1, and of course, how to play, whether you're going to go outside or if you're going to stay home. As you guys may know, I'm pretty notorious for going off on Pokemon Go Fest, so I feel like I have a lot of good tips that are going to help you guys maximize your time, maximize your shinies, your good IVs, your good Pokemon, and of course, your happiness. Pokemon Go Fest is going to take place on July 25th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and July 26th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you have a total of 20 hours of Pokemon Go Fest, and yes, you can play on both days. First off, if you guys haven't already, you guys have to check your in-game shop and purchase the ticket to play and to participate in Pokemon Go Fest 2020. It is $14.99 in the shop, and I promise you it is very much worth it. First things first, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay of Go Fest this year, talking about the spawns, the incenses, the lures, the research, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about what we do know. On the first day, there's going to be a special research that's only going to be for day 1. I'm sure it's not going to be too difficult, and it's definitely going to give you guys some really good rewards, including, probably balls, berries, items, TMs, all that good stuff. Pokemon, of course. But remember, guys, it is a timed special research. You have to get it done on day 1, and you have to get it done on day 2. They don't carry over. You can't do it afterwards. It's got to be done within that 10-hour period. Like I said, you can already expect some very cool rewards, such as really rare Pokemon that they've done in the past. They might even do a guaranteed shiny, because they've been doing that a couple times this year in the researches, so we might get a guaranteed shiny through the research. Berries, balls, items, TMs, rare candies, all of that good stuff. In the past, we've had Pokemon Go Fest themed eggs and raids, so you can definitely expect those this time around. They do 2-kilometer eggs. I'm assuming they'll probably be coming from gifts and Pokestops. So if you spin Pokestops and you open gifts, you'll get 2-kilometer eggs with Pokemon Go Fest themed Pokemon, and those eggs are usually pretty fire. It's either all shiny eligible or rare stuff. Also, something else that we've noticed in the past from Pokemon Go Fest, the research tasks usually reward rare candies. I don't know if they're going to change it up this time around, but in the past, a lot of, if not all of the tasks from Pokestops are going to be rare candies. And another thing that you can expect at this year's Pokemon Go Fest regarding the spawns, there's going to be 5 rotating habitats that will feature special Pokemon during Go Fest. They're going to be themed around fire, water, grass, battle, and friendship Pokemon, which is interesting. Habitats will rotate every hour, so each habitat will be featured twice. So what this means is that for the first hour of Go Fest, we're probably going to get fire spawns, second hour water spawns, third hour grass, fourth hour battle, fifth hour friendship, and then that is going to repeat one more time. There's also word that over 75 different species of Pokemon are going to be available through the wild, through the research, through raids, through eggs, etc. So now let's go ahead and talk about some of the guaranteed Pokemon that we know are going to be spawning there based off of the Pokemon Go Fest infographic that they provided to us and for completing the challenges leading up to Go Fest. Some of the Pokemon include Unknown. We don't know exactly which ones, but Unknown will be spawning. Chinchou, Pikachu, Eevee, Seviper, Zangoose, Snorlax. They have Charizard on their picture. I don't know if he's going to spawn. Probably just Charmander. We'll see. Alolan Pokemon. Chimecho. Alomaloma, Chansey. Ferroseed. Alolan Grimer. Alolan Marowak. Togetic. Dratini. Litwick, and finally, one of the rarest Pokemon in the game, Gible, is going to be spawning. And one last thing regarding what we do know about the Go Fest gameplay is that there is going to be increased shiny odds overall. The odds of you getting a shiny Pokemon during Go Fest are going to be increased, so this is your time to shine, and literally the Pokemon's time to shine. Oh, and one last thing, the Generation 5 Pokemon Victini is going to be the special research encounter reward at the end, I'm pretty sure, so that got confirmed. I want to make sure I put that out there as well in case you forgot. Now that's all we do know regarding the gameplay during the day, but let's talk about what we don't know. We don't know if they're going to be adding extra Pokestops around the world and if they're going to lure up Pokestops that are all around the world. I hope that they will. We'll have to find out, but we do know that any lured Pokestop will last the entirety of the Go Fest, or at least there's going to be an increased duration on it. I don't remember exactly what happens. So if you lure up a Pokestop, it should last you a very long time. So leading up to Pokemon Go Fest. I got a couple of things here for you guys. Honestly, there's no order to these tips. Just do what you think is best for you. First things first, let's go ahead and stock up on our berries leading up to Pokemon Go Fest. Stock up on your pineapples and your golden raspberries especially. Pokemon Go Fest is known for having really cool and rare spawns. You're going to want to stock up on some candies for rare Pokemon, and the golden raspberries are going to help you catch those super rare Pokemon that may spawn. Also, in the researches, in the past we've had like Metagross and what other crazy Pokemon have spawned in the researches, Slacking. So there are really cool and third stage Pokemon in the researches, and it's a great way to stack up on some candies if you want to pineapple those guys as well. This one's kind of a given. Stock up on balls leading up to Go Fest. Stock up on Pokeballs, but especially the higher tier balls such as Great Balls and Ultra Balls. Don't use those leading up to Go Fest. Stock up on those because, like I said, there are some pretty rare spawns there and you want to grab those. Great way to do so is by spinning a bunch of stops, of course, leading up to Go Fest, but also opening gifts. Opening gifts gives you berries, gives you balls, gives you revives, potions, all that good stuff, rare candies as well. Make sure you're opening your gifts. I would max out your gift openings daily until the day of Go Fest. And if you guys need gifts and if you guys need friends, check the link in the description down below. Head over to my Discord. There's thousands of trainer codes in there for people like you guys to add. Having friends in Pokemon Go is one of the best ways to play the game, and if you guys need friends, check the Discord. It's absolutely free. Hop in there, add each other up, and have a great time. Start opening those gifts because you're going to need those balls and berries. Now, speaking of items, it's also important to clear up your Pokemon item space because you're going to need to stock up on those balls and berries. So my advice, you should consider transferring revives and potions if you have a bunch of those on you. And another thing, if you're just sitting on hundreds of rare candies, I would definitely go put those into a Pokemon, obviously a useful Pokemon, but I would definitely use those rare candies and free up some space. Also remember, you guys can always increase your bag storage space by buying it from the in-game shop. Now, this is a conversation nobody wants to have. You're also going to have to clear up your Pokemon storage, or of course, you guys can always buy more storage in the shop like I just said. But yes, you gotta start clearing out some Pokemon. I know, we all have those Pokemon that we'd love to keep, whether they're just really cool Pokemon or they have some sentimental value and all that good stuff, but this is time. It's time to let go of some of those sentimental Pokemon. It's time to clear out your low IV Pokemon, clear out bad lucky Pokemon that you kept because they were just lucky but they're bad IVs and you're never gonna do anything with them. Clear out bad Pokemon that have been traded to you, even if it's like a, I don't know, like a Lugia that you swapped with your friend and it's a bad IV one, but you're keeping it just because you want to keep it. You can go ahead and get rid of it. You're not going to power it up. It's just a waste of space. No offense, Lugia. I love you. And of course, transfer the non-meta Pokemon. I mean, if you're holding on to like a 91%, I don't know, Bidoof, yeah, come on, what are we doing here? You know, you get rid of them, leave that spot open for like a Gibble or something. And lastly, stock up on Pokecoins leading up to Pokemon Go Fest. Take advantage of the coin system. Grab as many coins as you can each day and use those coins to buy incenses, star pieces, lucky eggs, all that good stuff. And now let's get to the most important thing. How do we maximize our time and efficiency on game day? First things first, let's prioritize shiny eligible Pokemon and of course the rare and meta relevant Pokemon. The shiny eligible Pokemon and Pokemon like Gibble and Larvitar and Bagon and all that good stuff, those are Pokemon you're going to want to keep. And of course, there's going to be so many Pokemon spawning, so make sure you're stocking up on your candies, your Stardust, and your XP. The Pokemon are going to be everywhere. Like I mentioned earlier, expect the research to be filled with a bunch of Pokemon encounters and good items, so that's going to be a thing as well. Like I said earlier, expect the research, the special research, and maybe even the research tasks to be filled with Pokemon encounter rewards and item rewards as well. Here's the tip that you guys may not have thought of. Keep a great buddy with you. Keep a great buddy as your buddy so it can bring you Pokeballs and berries during Pokemon Go Fest. With these last couple of community days and events, your buddy has brought you many more balls and revives and, you know, berries and all that good stuff, and I would expect them to increase or even bring back that feature for Pokemon Go Fest. So make sure you guys got a great buddy with you. He's going to continue to bring you balls probably every half an hour, maybe an hour or something like that. It's not 100% confirmed that they're going to be doing that, but I have a really good idea they will because they've done that this entire year. Another thing you can do to maximize your Pokemon storage and make sure you're not getting too crazy is hourly checks on your IVs. So head over into your Pokemon storage at the end of every hour after catching all those awesome Pokemon and type in the following. In the search bar, type in 0 star. That's going to bring bring up all your really, really low IV Pokemon. Then type in 1 star, it's going to bring up your other really, really low IV Pokemon. 2 stars is going to bring up your 2-star Pokemon, kind of your okay, average, mediocre Pokemon. 3 stars is going to bring up the strong ones, and then 4 star is going to bring up the 100% IV Pokemon you have. So at the end of every hour, type in each of those. I would say you can pretty much blindly transfer the 0s, 1s, and 2s, unless of course you guys care about PvP, then you want to go ahead and manually transfer all that, but know that you can quickly transfer them as well. Regardless of how you do it, at the end of every hour, I recommend you guys check IVs on everything you caught and then transfer out all the bad stuff to make room for the next hour. You could also check IVs on every single catch as you go, but I found that to be a waste of time. You kind of miss out on some spawns, and I think it's just better to do it all at once at the end. Now, for people that are low on Pokemon storage, because I know there's a lot of you guys out there, what can you guys do? Of course, like I said earlier, you guys can always go buy more storage or transfer out some more Pokemon and make room. After you've done that, if you're still low on some Pokemon storage but you still want to play GoFest, and I think you definitely should, what you want to do is either catch and IV check and transfer as you go, or only shiny check Pokemon the entire time. Catch all of your shinies, of course, and only catch the rare Pokemon. So if a Pokemon like, I don't know, I don't want to keep using this as an example, I kind of feel bad. If Bidoof is spawning, or like, I don't know, Plusle and Minun, something like that, you're probably not going to want to waste your balls and your storage on Pokemon like that. I would save it for, you know, the Larvitars, the Gibbles, the Snorlaxes. Catch the rare Pokemon, leave the common ones alone because you'll probably see them the next day at home. Those tips are all going to help you guys out on game day a bunch, but I got one last tip and I saved the most important one for last. If you guys haven't learned how to do this already, I would really, really recommend you guys learn how to fast catch in Pokemon Go. You guys have for sure seen me use this method in my videos before, but let me show you guys what exactly a fast catch is. So the way I do it, I place my left thumb on the berry button. That's it. You just hold it down, you place it on there, then with your right hand or whatever hand you use, you catch the Pokemon, and bada bing bada boom, you hit it, and then you slide that left thumb back over so the berry thing comes up. And what you can do is just hit that escape button right there and you're all good. The Pokemon was either caught or you click it again and do it again. In this case, we didn't catch the Pokemon, so let's try it again. We click the Shellos, and like I said, left thumb on the berry, and then you throw with your right, and then boom, you bring the berries. Okay, come on, Shellos, we're trying to help people out here. Left thumb on the berry, throw the Pokeball while still holding down that left thumb, swipe it across to the right, bring up a screen, then you just run away from the Pokemon, and you check your recents, and he's right there. 591 CP, IVs on it. Let's just go ahead and check. They're bad. But catching Pokemon that way makes it so fast, and you can catch so many more Pokemon as opposed to catching it and seeing it shake 3 times, and then, you know, okay, IVs, blah, 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 blah. You can literally just boom, 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 boom. Open your recents. Is it there? No. Catch it again. Is it there? Yes. Check it. Bye. That's all it is. Fast catching is great. I use it every single day with every Pokemon I catch almost. That's one of the most important tips from today, and it's really going to help you maximize your time. And that's about all the tips we have in terms of game day. That's all you're going to want to know. Those tips should help you play really, really well, get a bunch of shinies, get a lot of candies you need, while at the same time saving your storage, saving your balls, saving your berries. Now let's talk about what you want to do after the first day of GoFest, because remember, there's still a second day of GoFest that you have to prepare for again. After your first day of GoFest, you're going to want to do what we talked about earlier. Check IVs and transfer out all of the bad IV Pokemon, transfer out all of the common Pokemon, and if you have a buddy with you, or your friend, your sister, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your other brother, your other sister, trade with them, make some space, you know, give them some cool rare Pokemon, and then free up some space because you got a big journey again tomorrow. And if you played GoFest and if you opened all your gifts and you spun a bunch of stops, you probably stocked up on some more revives and potions again, and of course with the research task you probably got a lot of rare candies as well. So consider transferring a bunch of revives away, transferring a bunch of potions away, and using all those rare candies so you have more room for berries and balls the next day. Now that's really all the tips that you guys need to know. Now this last segment is going to be important for a lot of you guys, so stick around for this one. We're going to be talking about how you're going to be playing Pokemon GoFest 2020. Are you going to be playing at home? Or are you going to be playing out and about? Now let's go ahead and start off with people that are going to be playing Pokemon GoFest 2020 outside. Please remember that we're in the middle of a pandemic and that things are still serious out there, so please wear a mask and please practice social distancing. Another thing you can consider with this year's Go Fest is playing Pokemon Go Fest from your car. You can really maximize the amount of Pokemon you shiny check and maximize the amount of Pokemon you can catch. You can drive from cluster to cluster, from raid to raid, all of that good stuff way quicker than you could do walking. So for sure do that if you can. Whether you're going to be in your car or on foot, make sure to go to an area where there's going to be a bunch of Pokestops that you can lure up, and don't lure up like 20 blocks of stops. Lure up probably, I don't know, 6-7 stops, and just keep doing a little bit of a circle. And you keep doing that circle, and the stops are going to be there every time you come around. I mean, it's Go Fest. This is an event. Pokemon are going to be everywhere. Each little block, you're gonna get like 80,000 catches. I would definitely make sure to get like a little area you could just do some laps in. Now, for my people staying at home, is Go Fest still playable from home? Yes. Is it going to be as good as going out? Probably not. The best way to play Go Fest from home is, of course, to throw up the incenses. The incenses are going to bring you some great Pokemon. Hopefully they last a long time as well, so you don't have to use many of them, but I would definitely consider stocking up on some incenses, star pieces, lucky eggs, and catching as much as you can. You can still work on the research from home. You can still raid from home. There's still a lot you can do from home. You still can have a good time. You still can get shiny, so don't give up. It's possible. Also, like I said earlier, make sure to open all your gifts so you guys get all of your berries and balls, and of course have a great buddy as your buddy so he can bring you balls and berries as well. And finally, we have some general rules for the day. Make sure you guys have your power banks and your portable chargers on you. The last thing you want to do is be out there grinding and your phone dies. And something else you're definitely going to want to do, make sure you guys are hydrating. Drink a bunch of water the night before, the morning of, during, and after. You're going to need it. Speaking of things you need, make sure to eat. Don't forget to eat. I know it's a very distracting time and there's a lot of fun going on, but please make sure you guys are fueling up your bodies. Eat your breakfast, eat the night before, have some snacks with you. Make sure you guys got your food in you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the ultimate guide to Pokemon Go Fest 2020. I talked about pretty much every aspect of Pokemon Go Fest weekend. Hopefully these tips helped you guys out a lot. If they did, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys have not already. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any other tips or advice for other people out there, and what advice really helped you guys out a bunch. I cannot wait for Pokemon Go Fest. It is my favorite season of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. I definitely use all of these tips, and as you guys know, I'm notorious for going off on Go Fest, so I know what works. I know what's going to help you guys out, and hopefully I covered all of the bases. If you guys are excited for Pokemon Go Fest, let me know in the comments down below. Come back to this video, or mention me on Twitter or whatever. Let me know how your Go Fest went. Let me know how these tips helped you out. I also want to let you guys know I'm going to be live streaming Pokemon Go Fest this year on Twitch at twitch.tv/jtgily. Make sure to follow me on there. I'm going to be live streaming, and it's going to be a crazy time, man. Hopefully get a lot of shinies with you guys on camera, and we'll talk about our Go Fest experience and all that good stuff. So I will see you guys then. Happy hunting, and make sure you guys are preparing leading up to Go Fest. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see your faces later. Deuces.